In that instant, the Blackstone Wasteland before Lin Yao's eyes disappeared. In its place was a burning battlefield. The sky was dark red. The ground was filled with broken spears and war banners. In the distance, a military fortress burned, flames surging into the sky. Countless soldiers fought in the black fog. They wore damaged armor, and their bodies were covered in wounds, but none of them retreated. Lin Yao stood in the center of the battlefield like an observer. No one saw him. No one heard him. He could only watch. An army formed ranks before a tide of monsters as dark as black floodwater. The general at their head had a face Lin Yao could not see clearly. He could only see the black war banner raised high in the general's hand. On the banner were two blurred characters. Formation breakers. A horn sounded. The general roared. 30 li behind us are civilians, granaries, and the final road of retreat. If we take one step back today, 10,000 people behind us will die. Soldiers of the formation breakers. Death before retreat. The entire army erupted with a roar that shook the sky. Death before retreat. The black tide crashed into the military formation. The first row of soldiers fell. The second row filled the gap. The second row fell. The third row filled the gap. This was not ordinary battle. This was a group of people who knew they were going to die using flesh and blood to block a crack in the world. Lin Yao felt as if something had seized his heart. He did not know what era this memory came from. Nor did he know what the black tide was. But he could feel that this was not a game cinematic. At least, it was not an ordinary cinematic. It was too real. So real that he could even smell blood and rusted iron. The scene suddenly pulled closer. He saw a young soldier carrying a severely wounded comrade on his back, retreating beneath the war banner. The wounded man's chest had been torn open, but he still gripped his blade tightly. The young soldier cried out, "Squad leader! We can't hold!" The wounded man raised his head. That face made Lin Yao's heart jolt. Gao Mu. No. Gao Mu when he was young. He was much younger than he was now, but his eyes were just as cold and hard. Gao Mu grabbed the young soldier by the collar and growled in a low voice. "If we cannot hold, we still hold. As long as the banner stands, the men cannot scatter." The scene shook again. The black tide swallowed the formation. The war banner snapped. Countless soldiers fell. In the end, Lin Yao only saw that broken war banner stabbed into the black stone earth. A blurred voice sounded beside his ear. "If there are still people in later generations who stand upon this land, please tell them." The formation breaker army did not retreat. Boom! The scene shattered. Lin Yao abruptly returned to reality. He was kneeling on one knee on the black stone ground, cold sweat covering his forehead. Beside him, Zhao Tai and Shi Sheng were also deathly pale. Clearly, they had seen part of the scene as well. It was only possible that they had not seen it as completely as Lin Yao had. Gao Mu knelt before the broken banner shaft, his body trembling slightly. His eyes were no longer confused. It was as if a part of his sealed memory had finally been torn open by a crack. Formation breaker army. He murmured those 3 words. "I remember." Lin Yao supported himself on the black stone and stood. That army was called the Formation Breaker Army? Gao Mu nodded, his voice hoarse. Not the complete Formation Breaker camp. It was a remnant army of later generations that inherited the name of the Formation Breakers. We were ordered to guard the Blackstone defensive line and stop the things crawling out of the underground crack. Shi Sheng could not help asking, "Underground crack?" Gao Mu looked toward the depths of the Blackstone Wasteland. There was once a crack there. Beneath the crack was not a mine tunnel, nor a cave. It was a place where those who died in battle should never go. When he reached this point, his brows tightened, as if his memory was beginning to blur again. Lin Yao did not force him. System prompts were already appearing one after another. Hidden plot, Lost Warbanner, first segment completed. You have obtained Ancient Battlefield Memory Fragment. Regional main storyline, The Undead of the Blackstone Wasteland, progress increased. You have obtained special material, Broken War Banner. Broken War Banner can be used to repair the Lord Stone Tablet. You have unlocked special building clue, Prototype of the Formation Breaker Camp. Immediately afterward, another prompt appeared. Lord Main Quest, establish a village in 7 days. Hidden repair plan has been opened. Lord Stone Tablet Repair Plan 1, Ordinary Repair. Requirements, stone, wood, basic energy source. Repair effect, integrity increased to 50%. Lord Stone Tablet Repair Plan 2, Warsoul Repair. Requirements, Obsidian Iron Ore, Residual Warsoul Aura, Broken War Banner. Repair effect, integrity increased to over 50% and activates Warsoul territory traits. Lin Yao almost did not hesitate. Ordinary repair would only pass the mission. Warsoul repair was the path truly suited to the Blackstone Wasteland. This was the correct way to open the hidden map. But Warsoul repair required residual Warsoul aura. At present, they still did not have enough. Lin Yao looked at Gao Mu. If we use this banner to repair the stone tablet, what will happen? Gao Mu was silent for a moment. It may reconnect the stone tablet to the underground Warsouls. The benefit? The shelter will become stronger. It will suppress wasteland corpses. The downside? Gao Mu raised his head and looked at him. The things underground will also notice you sooner. Zhao Tai could not help saying, isn't that just asking to die? Lin Yao did not answer. He looked at the mission panel. Establish a village in 7 days remaining time, 5 days, 18 hours. Lord Stone Tablet integrity, 39% per 50%. There was not much time. And if they did not repair the stone tablet, they would die all the same. The Blackstone Wasteland was not an ordinary region. Delay had no meaning. Lin Yao put away the broken war banner. Bring it back first. Zhao Tai frowned. You really want to use it? Lin Yao asked in return, without using it, do you have another way to repair the stone tablet to 50%? Zhao Tai was left speechless. The group brought the broken war banner back to the village. On the road, Shi Sheng remained somewhat silent. Lin Yao noticed the abnormality and asked, what is it? Shi Sheng said quietly, I saw someone just now. In the battlefield memory? Shi Sheng nodded. He seemed about my age, and he was in the army too. He kept running and delivering messages. In the end, monsters caught up to him. He clenched his fists. He was clearly terrified, but he still did not throw away the message. Lin Yao looked at him. What Shi Sheng had seen was likely the memory of a scout. This might become the opportunity for him to transfer into a wasteland scout. Being afraid does not mean being useless, Lin Yao said. Shi Sheng raised his head. Lin Yao looked toward the ruined village ahead. Everyone was afraid last night. But as long as fear does not crush you, a person can still do things. Shi Sheng was silent for a moment, then nodded hard. After they returned to the village, Lu Cheng's defensive line repair had already taken shape. Using wooden planks, stones, and beams removed from the ruined houses, he had piled up a crude half-person high barrier on the northern side. It was not pretty. Nor was it sturdy. But compared with the temporary wooden spikes from last night, it was much better. Lin Yao placed the broken war banner in front of the stone tablet. Everyone gathered around. Jobo looked at that section of banner shaft with inexplicable reverence. This is something left behind by the underground battlefield. Lin Yao did not say too much. He also moved over a small batch of obsidian iron ore and placed it beside the stone tablet. Civilization analysis surfaced. War soul repair materials. Obsidian iron ore, insufficient. Residual war soul aura, insufficient. Broken war banner, obtained. Repair still could not begin. Lin Yao frowned. Obsidian iron ore could be gathered continuously. Residual war soul aura could only be obtained from wasteland corpses or similar undead transformed creatures. In other words, they would still have to fight tonight. And they could not merely defend. They had to consciously kill wasteland corpses. At this moment, Gao Mu walked to Lin Yao's side. My lord. Yes? Gao Mu looked at the exhausted young men who had kept watch through the night. If wasteland corpses come again tonight, I can teach them the most basic defensive formation. Lin Yao's eyes brightened. Can your injuries withstand that? I will not personally fight. Only teach positioning. I can endure that. A system prompt appeared immediately. Training conditions partially met. Gao Mu can begin temporary training, basic defensive formation. Training targets, Zhao Tai, 2 young men, Shi Sheng. After training is completed, there is a chance they will convert into combat-capable units. Lin Yao finally saw hope for the 4th condition of establish a village in 7 days. 5 combat-capable units. Gao Mu counted as 1. If Zhao Tai, the 2 young men, and Shi Sheng could all complete basic defensive formation, they would just meet the requirement. He immediately ordered, training begins this afternoon. When Zhao Tai heard this, his expression instantly collapsed. I just killed several wolves last night, and I still need training? Gao Mu looked at him coldly. What you did was called hacking wildly. Zhao Tai glared. I killed them. If someone beside you had not blocked for you, you would be dead too. Zhao Tai choked. Gao Mu braced himself on his blade and stood before the stone tablet. Although his body was weak, the aura of an old soldier emerged from him, and the young men unconsciously straightened. He spoke hoarsely. If you want to survive the next night, treat yourselves as a row of wall. A wall does not run around. A wall is not afraid. Zhao Tai muttered quietly, a wall does not breathe either. Gao Mu looked at him. That is why a wall is more useful than you. Several people nearby could not help laughing. The tense atmosphere loosened slightly. Lin Yao also smiled. But the smile quickly faded. Because in his system vision, the regional main storyline panel was flickering faintly. The undead of the Blackstone Wasteland. Hint, the broken war banner has been discovered. Nighttime undead activity will increase slightly. Lin Yao's heart sank. As expected. Obtaining benefits would raise the danger. Tonight would be harder than last night. Gao Mu's training was even more boring than Zhao Tai had imagined. There were no dazzling blade techniques. No powerful combat skills. There was barely even any cutting or killing. There were only 3 things. Stand firm. Raise the spear. Listen to orders. At first, Zhao Tai was extremely impatient. He thought he was the strongest one here. He had killed the most monsters last night. No matter how he looked at it, he should not have been practicing this dull formation work with 2 ordinary young men and 1 thin, weak boy. But Gao Mu only made him do one thing. Hold a wooden spear with both hands, stand where he was, and do not retreat. Then Gao Mu had another young man take a wooden staff and ram into him. The first time, Zhao Tai relied on brute strength and held his ground. The second time, he held again. The third time, the other man changed angles and rammed into his side. Zhao Tai's footing went into disorder, and he nearly fell. Gao Mu said coldly, "Dead." Zhao Tai's face darkened. "I didn't fall." On a battlefield, if the person beside you falls, you die too. Gao Mu tapped Zhao Tai's foot with his scabbard. "You only know how to stand by yourself. You do not know how to stand with others." That sentence made Zhao Tai fall silent. Gao Mu had the four of them line up side by side. Zhao Tai, the two young men, and Shi Sheng. Wooden spears forward. Left foot half a step. Right foot pressing into the ground. When they heard press, everyone thrust the wooden spears downward at the same time. When they heard withdraw, everyone retreated half a step at the same time. The movements were very simple. But making them neat was hard. Zhao Tai was too fast. Shi Sheng was too light. The two young men were too nervous. At first, when the four of them stood together, they were worse than when each of them fought wildly on their own. Gao Mu did not scold much. He simply made them start over again and again. 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 Do not let your feet wander. Keep the spear tips pointed in the same direction. You are not fighting alone. If you retreat half a step, the person beside you opens a gap. The sun shifted little by little. The four of them trained until sweat covered their heads. At last, Zhao Tai could not hold back. "Old Gao, can this really kill monsters?" Gao Mu said calmly, "No." Zhao Tai's eyes widened. "Then what are we training for?" "To keep you from dying first." Gao Mu looked at all four of them. Killing the enemy is the next step. A recruit's first step is to not expose his back when a monster lunges at him. Lin Yao watched from nearby. He knew very clearly that what Gao Mu was teaching was not martial technique. It was discipline. In the early stage of the Lord Path, what a territory lacked most was not a few people who could slash around wildly. It was a group of people who could act according to orders. Even if there were only four of them. As long as they could form the most basic line, their defensive strength would rise by a whole level compared with last night. The system panel was also slowly changing. Temporary training, basic defensive formation. Training progress, 21%. Zhao Tai, adapting. Shi Sheng, adapting. Young man A, fear level high. Young man B, stamina insufficient. Lin Yao noticed the state of the latter two and immediately had Uncle Zhou bring over a little dark spring water and a small amount of food. It was not to let them eat their fill. It was to keep their strength from collapsing. Resource management had to be meticulous. Eat too much, and there would not be enough food. Eat too little, and the training would be useless. That was the most tormenting part of the Lord Path. Every mouthful of water, every handful of grain, every piece of wood had to be converted into a probability of survival. On the other side, Cheng was repairing the defensive line. With a small amount of obsidian now available, he embedded a few broken chunks of it into the base of the northern barrier. The ordinary wooden wall had not been completed, but the system had already given a new prompt. Simple defensive facility under construction. Completion, 43%. Defense type, wood-stone barrier. If obsidian ore and war soul remnant breath are added, it may transform into the prototype of a special defensive line. Prototype of a special defensive line. When Lin Yao saw that line, he immediately realized that the hidden route of the Blackstone Wasteland was not limited to troop types and the stone tablet. Even defensive facilities could follow the war soul system. Obsidian ore was the base material. War soul remnant breath was the activating energy. The broken war banner was the mark of civilization. Combined, the three might form a complete Blackstone territory system. But right now, the greatest restriction was still the lack of war soul remnant breath. So tonight, they had to hunt wasteland corpses. Lin Yao thought for a moment, then called Zhao Tai over. Zhao Tai had just finished a round of training and was panting like an ox. What? Lin Yao pointed to an open space in front of the northern defensive line. Tonight, we cannot only take hits passively. Zhao Tai's expression changed. You want to go out and fight? No. Lin Yao shook his head. We make a kill opening in front of the defensive line. Zhao Tai frowned. What does that mean? Lin Yao drew a simple shape on the ground. Leave a narrow opening in the middle. Pile wooden spikes and stones on both sides. If monsters charged from the front, they would naturally be forced into the narrow opening. Behind the narrow opening would be the four-man defensive formation Gao Mu had trained. Wasteland wolves were fast, but they could not burst through in a narrow opening. Wasteland corpses moved slowly. Once they entered the opening, everyone could concentrate their thrusts on the joints and head. As for black-scaled rats, their bodies were small, so torches and limegrass ash would be used to handle them. Zhao Tai watched for a while, and his frown slowly eased. So we make it so only a few can come through at once? Right. Then what if they do not come this way? That is why the firelight in the other direction should be weaker, but not completely unguarded. Make the north look like the easiest place to break through. Zhao Tai stared at Lin Yao. You have a lot of schemes in that head of yours. Lin Yao did not deny it. We cannot beat the monsters head on. We can only make the monsters fight according to our method. Zhao Tai rubbed his chin. Makes sense. This time, he did not question it again. Instead, he took the initiative to help Lu Cheng move stones. Seeing this, Lin Yao felt slightly more at ease. A person like Zhao Tai was not suited to being suppressed with reasoning. He cared more about results. As long as he discovered that Lin Yao's arrangements really could keep him alive, he would slowly obey. That afternoon, Shi Sheng returned with 2 gray-tailed rabbits. He had caught them with crude rope snares. It was not much. But its meaning was great. Because the system prompt soon rang out. You have established a temporary hunting point, gray-tailed rabbit burrow cluster. Basic food source, 1/1. Achieved. Warning, this food source is small in scale. Excessive hunting will cause it to fail. Another requirement for establishing the village within 7 days had been completed. The remaining requirements were now: defensive facility, combat-capable units, Lord Stone tablet integrity. Lin Yao looked at the mission panel. Establish a village within 7 days. Population, 10/10. Achieved. Stable water source, 1/1. Achieved. Basic food source, 1/1. Achieved. Defensive facility, 0/1. Not achieved. Combat-capable units, 1/5. Not achieved. Lord Stone tablet integrity, 39% per 50%. Not achieved. The progress was far better than yesterday. But the further they went, the harder it became. Especially the stone tablet integrity. It required war soul remnant breath. At dusk, Gao Mu's basic defensive formation training finally reached the completion of its first stage. The 4 of them stood behind the northern kill opening. Wooden spears forward. Although they could not yet be called elites, at least they no longer stood in scattered confusion like last night. A system prompt appeared. Temporary training, basic defensive formation complete. Zhao Tai has transformed into a temporary combat-capable unit. Young Man A has transformed into a temporary combat-capable unit. Young Man B has transformed into a temporary combat-capable unit. Shi Sheng has transformed into a combat-capable unit with a special inclination, Scout Apprentice. Combat-capable units, 5 out of 5. Achieved. Lin Yao's eyes brightened. The 5th requirement was complete. Gao Mu looked at Shi Sheng, and a trace of surprise appeared in his eyes. You run fast, and your eyes are sharp. In the future, do not stand in a fixed formation. You should be a scout. Shi Sheng looked toward Lin Yao, somewhat at a loss. Lin Yao nodded. From now on, you will be responsible for scouting. Shi Sheng gripped his wooden spear. His voice was very soft, but very firm. Yes, Lord. At that moment, good news came from Lu Cheng's side as well. The northern woodstone barrier was finally complete. It was crude, but the system acknowledged it. You have built a defensive facility, simple woodstone defensive line. Defensive facility, 1-to-1. Achieved. Remaining incomplete requirement for establish a village within 7 days, Lord Stone Tablet integrity 50%. Of all the hard requirements, only the last one remained. The Lord Stone Tablet. Lin Yao turned and looked at the cracked black stone tablet in the center of the village. Under the setting sun, faint red light glowed from within the cracks. Like a heart that had not yet gone out. He placed the broken war banner and all the obsidian ore in front of the stone tablet. Civilization analysis displayed. War soul repair materials. Obsidian ore, minimum requirement met. Broken war banner, obtained. War soul remnant breath, insufficient. Estimated gap, requires killing at least 3 to 5 low-level wasteland corpses, or obtaining higher quality war soul materials. Lin Yao looked toward Gao Mu. Tonight, we need wasteland corpses. Zhao Tai happened to hear him, and his face stiffened. Everyone else is afraid of those things coming, and you think there are not enough? Lin Yao said, with only wasteland wolves and black-scaled rats, we cannot repair the stone tablet. Zhao Tai fell silent. He already understood what Lin Yao intended to do. Tonight was not merely defense. They were going to actively lure wasteland corpses into the kill opening. They would use the remnant breath of the dead to repair the stone tablet that protected the living. The idea sounded insane. But if it succeeded, the village would truly cross its first line between life and death. Gao Mu looked at Lin Yao and asked in a deep voice, Lord, are you certain? Lin Yao nodded. Certain. Gao Mu did not try to persuade him further. He only braced himself on his blade and stood beside the kill opening. Then tonight, I will teach them how to kill wasteland corpses. The sky went completely dark. The bonfires had been deliberately arranged so that the north was bright and the south was dim. Behind the kill opening, Zhao Tai, the 2 young men, and Shi Sheng held their wooden spears, their breathing tense. Lu Cheng guarded the rope mechanism. Xingya and Uncle Zhou hid behind the stone tablet with the injured. Lin Yao stood before the stone tablet, holding a torch in his hand. Wind blew from the depths of the wasteland. It carried rot. And it carried the low sound of footsteps. In the darkness, one stiff human figure after another slowly appeared. Wasteland corpses. And there were more than last night. The system prompt rang out coldly. Warning, the broken war banner has awakened nearby echoes of dead souls. Second night harassment intensity increased. Special target appeared, Wasteland Corpse Squad. Kill the Wasteland Corpse Squad to obtain War Soul Remnant Breath. Lin Yao looked at the wasteland corpses walking toward them from the darkness and gave a low order. Everyone, hold steady. Tonight, we repair the stone tablet. When the wasteland corpses stepped into the firelight, the temperature of the entire village seemed to drop all at once. They were not swift like wasteland wolves, nor sharp and agile like black-scaled rats. They were slow. Very slow. Every step seemed to sink into rotting mud. Their knees were stiff, their shoulders crooked. Some still had broken armor plates hanging from their bodies. But precisely because they were slow, they inspired even greater fear. Because they did not look like things that could be stopped by pain. The first wasteland corpse reached the front of the kill opening. Most of its face had long since rotted away, and a dark red point of light burned inside its eye sockets. When the wind blew, the torn cloth and broken armor on its body made a hoarse scraping sound. Zhao Tai gripped his wooden spear. Sweat began to bead on his forehead. This thing is a lot more disgusting than a wolf. Gao Mu stood beside them, his voice hard and cold. Look at the legs. Do not look at the face. Zhao Tai clenched his teeth. I know. You do not. Gao Mu said, the first time recruits see wasteland corpses, they all stare at the face. The more they look, the more afraid they become. The more afraid they become, the more they retreat. His scabbard struck the ground. Remember. Wasteland corpses are not people. They have no techniques. They only know how to grab, bite, and pounce. Break the legs. Press them down. Smash the head. Do not compete with them in strength. The first wasteland corpse finally stepped into the kill opening. The wood-stone barriers on both sides forced it to advance only from the front. Zhao Tai, the two young men, and Shi Sheng stood behind it, their wooden spears all aimed forward. Gao Mu said in a low voice, press. For wooden spears thrust out at the same time. Zhao Tai had the greatest strength. His spear stabbed directly into the wasteland corpse's chest. But the wasteland corpse did not stop. It pushed against the spear and continued walking forward, its rotten hands reaching toward Zhao Tai. Zhao Tai's expression changed. Instinctively, he wanted to retreat. Gao Mu shouted coldly, stab the leg. Lin Yao shouted at almost the same time, press down. Trip it. Shi Sheng reacted the fastest. He did not continue stabbing at the chest. Instead, he lowered his body and thrust the wooden spear toward the wasteland corpse's knee. Another young man followed his example. Crack! The wasteland corpse's knee was stabbed crooked, and its body suddenly toppled forward. Zhao Tai roared, pulled out his wooden spear, and smashed it down with both hands toward the back of the wasteland corpse's head. The first blow did not break it. The second blow cracked the bone. On the third blow, the dark red light in the wasteland corpse's eye sockets finally went out. A wisp of black-red aura drifted out from its body. Drawn by the Lord Stone tablet in the center of the village, it slowly sank into the cracks. The stone tablet trembled faintly. A system prompt appeared. Low-level wasteland corpse killed. Obtained War Soul Remnant Breath, trace amount. Lord Stone tablet integrity, 39% to 40.2%. Everyone saw the stone tablet light up. Although they could not see the system prompt, that faint red glow was enough for them to understand one thing. Wasteland corpses could repair the stone tablet. Zhao Tai gasped for breath, and his eyes slowly brightened. It really works? Lin Yao nodded. It works. Gao Mu, however, did not relax. The second one is coming. In the darkness, two more wasteland corpses entered the firelight. This time, Zhao Tai did not stare at their faces again. The four of them reset their stance. Wooden spears forward. Gao Mu barked, steady. The wasteland corpses approached. Press. The wooden spears stabbed out. Withdraw. Half a step back. Stab the legs. The wasteland corpse fell. Smash the head. Zhao Tai delivered the finishing blow. The whole sequence was still crude. The two young men's hands were still trembling. Shi Sheng thrust too quickly and almost disrupted the rhythm. But compared with last night, it was completely different. Last night, they had been chased and beaten by monsters. Tonight, for the first time, they made the monsters enter a rhythm they had set. That was the meaning of territorial defense. It was not that every person had become stronger. It was that everyone's strength had been placed in the same direction. When the third wasteland corpse fell, the stone tablet's integrity rose to 42%. The fourth, 43.1%. The fifth, 44.5%. Lin Yao observed the battlefield while calculating the risk. The wasteland corpse's war soul remnant breath could indeed repair the stone tablet. But with every corpse they killed, the surrounding black aura seemed to become more active. The broken war banner planted before the stone tablet was trembling faintly. Civilization analysis produced a new warning. The broken war banner is attracting echoes of nearby dead souls. If wasteland corpses continue to be killed, a higher-level undead creature may be drawn here. Lin Yao's gaze darkened. As expected, it was not that simple. The system would not let him farm materials without limit. Killing wasteland corpses could repair the stone tablet. But the more they killed, the more likely they were to draw in something stronger. He looked at the mission panel. Lord Stone Tablet Integrity, 44.5% per 50%. Still short by 5.5%. At the current efficiency, they would need to kill about 5 more. Lin Yao raised his head and looked into the darkness. Wasteland corpses were still approaching. But in the distance, there seemed to be a taller shadow moving slowly within the black aura. Gao Mu saw it too. His face became grave. We cannot drag this out too long. Lin Yao asked, "What is that?" A wasteland corpse leader, or something condensed from the remnant souls of the battlefield. Zhao Tai heard this, and his expression changed. Harder to fight than these? Gao Mu did not answer. That itself was the answer. Lin Yao quickly made a decision. Kill 3 more. Zhao Tai was stunned. 3 will not be enough, right? If it is not enough, we still stop. Lin Yao stared at the distant black shadow. We are here to repair the stone tablet, not draw the entire wasteland over. Zhao Tai clenched his teeth. Fine. The next 3 wasteland corpses were harder to kill than the ones before them. Because the 4 of them had already begun to run out of strength. Young Manet's wrist went soft during a thrust. The wasteland corpse caught his wooden spear and almost dragged him out of the defensive line. Shi Sheng smashed the corpse's fingers with a short wooden staff just in time and saved him. Young Man got too close after one wasteland corpse fell and had his calf clawed open. Cheng immediately rushed over and treated the wound with blood-stopping grass and dark spring water. Lin Yao saw the black aura around the wound and immediately ordered, "The injured fall back behind the stone tablet. Do not come forward again." Young Man grew anxious. "Lord, I can still stand." Lin Yao's tone was heavy. "If you go up now and the wound worsens, we lose 1 person tomorrow. Fall back." Young Man clenched his teeth and was helped away by Uncle Zhou. 1 combat-capable unit was immediately removed. The pressure on the defensive line increased. Gao Mu looked at Lin Yao. "Let me fill the position." "No. I can still move. You are the person teaching them how to survive. You are not someone to trade your life for 1 wasteland corpse right now." Gao Mu fell silent. That sentence left him unable to refute. Lin Yao looked at Zhao Tai, who stood behind the line. Switch to a 3-man formation. Zhao Tai tightened his grip on his wooden spear. Can 3 people do it? Whether it can or not, it has to. Lin Yao picked up a wooden spear himself and stood beside the gap. Zhao Tai's eyes widened. You're doing this again? Lin Yao looked at the next wasteland corpse entering the firelight. I will not enter the main formation. I will only cover the side. Gao Mu frowned. But this time, he did not stop him. Because he knew they were indeed short of people now. The ninth wasteland corpse entered the kill opening. Zhao Tai was in front, Shi Sheng on the side, young man pressing the right. Lin Yao stood on the outermost side, responsible for preventing the corpse from crawling out of the kill opening after it fell. Gao Mu gave the order. Press. 3 wooden spears thrust out. The wasteland corpse tilted, but did not immediately fall. Instead, it grabbed young man A's spear and lunged forward. Lin Yao immediately stabbed from the side. His strength was not enough to pierce bone. But he was not trying to kill it. He stabbed at the back of the wasteland corpse's knee. Its leg went weak. Zhao Tai roared and pressed forward, directly knocking it down. Shi Sheng circled to the side and smashed the back of its head with a staff. Zhao Tai finished it off. The wasteland corpse fell. War Soul remnant breath poured into the stone tablet. Lord Stone Tablet integrity, 48.7%. Just a little more. Truly just a little more. But at that moment, the tall black shadow in the distance stopped. It seemed to sense something and slowly turned its head. A pair of scarlet eyes, brighter than those of ordinary wasteland corpses, opened in the darkness. Gao Mu's expression changed instantly. Stop. But it was already too late. The broken war banner suddenly trembled violently. A low roar came from the depths of the wasteland. It was not the roar of a beast. It sounded more like a battle cry squeezed from the rotted throat of a soldier dead for many years. The system prompt appeared coldly. Warning, War Soul Remnant Breath has gathered too quickly. A special undead creature has been awakened. Wasteland Corpse Corporal is approaching. The blood drained from Zhao Tai's face. Corporal? Gao Mu gripped his blade tightly. In an ancient army, a corporal is the lowest-ranking small unit leader. Zhao Tai swallowed. Lowest ranking? Gao Mu's voice was heavy. For ordinary refugees, it is already enough to slaughter this place. In the darkness, the tall wasteland corpse corporal slowly walked forward. Half a suit of rotted leather armor still hung from its body, and its right hand dragged a broken long blade. The blade scraped across the ground with an ear-piercing sound. Lin Yao looked at the stone tablet panel. Integrity, 48.7%. Only short by 1.3%. If they retreated now, they could avoid some risk tonight. But if the stone tablet could not reach 50%, the final requirement for establishing the village within 7 days could not be completed. Tomorrow night and the night after that, the danger would only grow higher. Lin Yao closed his eyes briefly. When he opened them again, he had already made his decision. Kill it. Zhao Tai whipped his head toward him. Are you insane? Lin Yao looked at the approaching wasteland corpse corporal. His voice was low but clear. The War Soul Remnant Breath on it is definitely enough to repair the stone tablet. If we do not kill it tonight, it will come again tomorrow night. By then, it may not come alone. Gao Mu looked at Lin Yao, his gaze complicated. After a moment, he braced himself on his blade and stepped forward. Then we cannot use the method from earlier. Lin Yao asked, how do we fight it? Gao Mu looked at the wasteland corpse corporal's right hand, the one dragging the blade. Break the blade first. Then break the leg. Last, smash the head. Lin Yao nodded and turned to give orders. Lu Cheng, prepare the trip rope. Shi Sheng, when the time comes, you do not go in from the front. Circle to the side and lure it into the pit. Zhao Tai, you are responsible for smashing the blade arm. I will use fire to force it to turn. Zhao Tai stared hard at the Wasteland Corpse Corporal and clenched his teeth. Lord. Yes? If we live through this, you have to give me an extra mouthful of meat. Lin Yao glanced at him. 2 mouthfuls. Zhao Tai grinned. Deal. The Wasteland Corpse Corporal entered the firelight. The true death battle of the second night had begun. The instant the Wasteland Corpse Corporal stepped into the kill opening, everyone felt a kind of pressure. Ordinary wasteland corpses were merely dead things. This one was different. Although its movements were still stiff, every step was steady. Its right hand dragged the broken blade. Its left arm hung at its side. No expression could be seen on its rotting face, yet those scarlet eyes seemed to retain a trace of fighting instinct. Civilization analysis appeared before Lin Yao's eyes. Wasteland Corpse Corporal. Type: low-level undead war soldier. Origin: remnant soul pollution from the Blackstone ancient battlefield. Traits: relatively strong, retains basic combat instincts, unafraid of pain. Weaknesses: old wound in right knee, decayed cervical vertebrae, fears strong light and war banner resonance. War soul remnant breath: medium. Medium. As expected. As long as they killed it, the stone tablet repair would certainly be completed. But the premise was that they had to be able to kill it. The Wasteland Corpse Corporal suddenly raised its head. It seemed to see the broken war banner in front of the stone tablet. A muffled, unclear sound emerged from its throat. Flag. Gao Mu's expression changed. Lin Yao immediately asked, "It has consciousness?" "Not complete consciousness," Gao Mu said in a deep voice. Residual obsession. The Wasteland Corpse Corporal dragged its broken blade and quickened its pace. Its target was not a person. It was the war banner. Lin Yao understood instantly. This was danger. But also an opportunity. If it was staring at the banner, then it would be drawn by the banner. Plant the banner firmly. Uncle Zhou's face was pale, but he still did as ordered, planting the broken war banner in front of the stone tablet. The torn cloth of the banner trembled faintly in the night wind. The Wasteland Corpse Corporal's voice became lower in its throat. Flag must not fall. Gao Mu's grip on his blade tightened abruptly. That sentence had clearly struck his memories. Lin Yao saw Gao Mu's eyes change and immediately reminded him in a low voice, "Now is not the time to be reckless." Gao Mu closed his eyes. When he opened them again, he had forced that emotion down. "I know." The Wasteland Corpse Corporal stepped into the kill opening. Fire. Lin Yao raised the torch and flung it directly toward the creature's face. The Wasteland Corpse Corporal instinctively turned its head. Its right hand swept the broken blade sideways. Although the blade was damaged, it carried a force far beyond an ordinary wasteland corpse. Bang! The wooden spikes on one side were cut apart in a single slash. Zhao Tai's face changed dramatically. "This thing knows how to use a blade." Gao Mu shouted, "Lower your head." Zhao Tai immediately crouched. The broken blade swept over the top of his head, bringing with it a gust of foul, cold wind. If he had been half a step slower, half his head would have been split open. Shi Sheng seized the chance and threw a piece of broken stone from the side, smashing it toward the Wasteland Corpse Corporal's right eye. The Wasteland Corpse Corporal tilted its head slightly, and its movement paused for an instant. Cheng pulled the trip rope. The rough rope snapped up from the ground and caught just in front of the Wasteland Corpse Corporal's right leg. But its strength was too great. The rope only made it stagger once. It did not trip it. Lin Yao's gaze sank. Ordinary traps were not enough. Right knee. He shouted. "It has an old wound in the right knee." Almost at the same time, Gao Mu ordered, "Stab the right knee." Zhao Tai roared, gripped his spear with both hands, and stabbed fiercely at the Wasteland Corpse Corporal's right knee. The wooden spear hit, but it did not pierce through. The Wasteland Corpse Corporal brought its blade down in a backhand slash. Zhao Tai had no time to pull the spear free. He could only let go and retreat. The broken blade chopped the wooden spear apart. Its momentum did not fade, and when it struck the ground, it cut a deep mark. Lin Yao immediately realized that wooden spears were not enough against it. They needed obsidian iron. But the village did not yet have true obsidian iron weapons. Only some fragments of obsidian ore. He turned and shouted, "Lu Cheng! Obsidian stone!" Lu Cheng understood at once. He picked up an angular chunk of obsidian ore and threw it to Zhao Tai. After catching it, Zhao Tai froze for a moment. Smash it with a rock? Smash the knee. As Lin Yao shouted, he once again used the torch to press toward the Wasteland Corpse Corporal's left side. As expected, the creature feared fire, and the broken blade turned toward Lin Yao. Shi Sheng took the opportunity to dart out from the other side and strike the back of its right knee hard with a wooden staff. Bang! The Wasteland Corpse Corporal's body swayed. Zhao Tai seized the chance. Holding the obsidian ore with both hands, he smashed it into the right knee as if hammering an iron stake. The first blow. A dull thud. The second blow. Bone cracked. The third blow. The Wasteland Corpse Corporal's right leg finally could no longer support it, and it dropped to one knee. Retreat! Gao Mu's voice almost tore from his throat. Zhao Tai immediately backed away. In the next instant, the Wasteland Corpse Corporal's broken blade swept across in front of his chest. Although he avoided his vitals, the blade tip still cut open his chest. Blood immediately seeped out. Zhao Tai grunted in pain. Qingya wanted to rush forward, but Lin Yao stopped her. Not yet. The Wasteland Corpse Corporal had not fallen. Even kneeling on one knee, it could still kill. Lin Yao looked at its cervical vertebrae. In the civilization analysis prompt, the decayed cervical vertebrae were its second weakness. But getting close to its neck was far too dangerous. Unless they made its blade arm lose its function. Break the right hand! Lin Yao shouted. But Gao Mu said, "We cannot cut it off." Lin Yao looked at him. Gao Mu took a deep breath. But we can jam it. He looked toward Lu Cheng. Wooden frame. Lu Cheng's expression changed. That was half a wooden frame left over from repairing the defensive line during the day. It was not sturdy. But at this moment, there was nothing better. Lin Yao immediately said, "Push it over." Two refugees, fighting their fear, pushed the wooden frame toward the Wasteland Corpse Corporal. The Wasteland Corpse Corporal instinctively swung its blade. The broken blade chopped into the wooden frame. The edge jammed in the gaps. "Hold it down!" Zhao Tai, young man, and Shi Sheng rushed up at the same time, pressing down on the wooden frame with all their strength. The Wasteland Corpse Corporal gave a low roar, and frightening strength burst from its right arm. The wooden frame began to splinter. They only had a few breaths. Lin Yao looked at Gao Mu. Gao Mu had already gripped his blade and stood. This time, Lin Yao did not stop him. Because he knew the final strike could only be completed by Gao Mu. Gao Mu dragged his heavily injured body forward, step by step, toward the Wasteland Corpse Corporal. The Wasteland Corpse Corporal looked at him. In its scarlet eyes, there seemed to flash a trace of hesitation. Trap formation. Gao Mu's eyes shook violently. He said hoarsely, "You were also from the trap formation army?" The Wasteland Corpse Corporal did not answer. It only stared fixedly at the war banner. Flag must not fall. Gao Mu's eyes reddened faintly. But his blade did not stop. Then returned to the flag. As his words fell, Gao Mu gripped the blade in both hands and chopped toward the wasteland corpse corporal's cervical vertebrae. The first slash cut into rotten flesh. The second opened the gap between bones. On the third slash, Gao Mu's wound tore open, and blood dyed the front of his clothes red. But the blade finally severed the wasteland corpse corporal's neck. The scarlet light went out. The wasteland corpse corporal's massive body knelt before the broken war banner. It did not fall toward the people. Instead, it was like a soldier who had died in battle, kneeling before the military flag. A black-red war soul remnant breath, many times denser than before, surged out of its body. That aura did not immediately enter the stone tablet. Instead, it first circled once around the broken war banner. The banner cloth billowed faintly, as if an invisible group of soldiers were calling out in low voices inside the wind. Trap formation. Never retreated. Then the war soul remnant breath surged into the Lord's stone tablet. The cracks on the surface of the stone tablet emitted bright red light. System prompts rang out one after another. Special undead creature killed, wasteland corpse corporal. Obtained war soul remnant breath, medium. Broken war banner resonance successful. Lord stone tablet repair conditions have been satisfied. Proceed with war soul repair? Lin Yao looked at the option without the slightest hesitation. Repair. In the next second, the obsidian or the broken war banner and the war soul remnant breath lit up at the same time. Black-red light spread upward from the base of the stone tablet. The crisscrossing cracks began to heal slowly. Ancient markings emerged on the stone tablet bit by bit. The black aura around the village seemed to encounter some kind of barrier and was pushed outward. Everyone felt the cold pressure that had been weighing on their chests ease. A system prompt appeared. War soul repair complete. Lord stone tablet integrity, 48.7% to 56%. Establish a village within 7 days requirement, Lord stone tablet integrity 50%. Achieved. Lord stone tablet has obtained temporary trait, War soul protection. War soul protection provides slight suppression against low-level undead creatures. Territory residents' fear value decreases at night. Lin Yao let out a long breath. It was done. All requirements for establishing the village within 7 days had finally been completed. But the system mission did not settle immediately. A new prompt appeared on the panel. Lord Mainline mission, establish a village within 7 days. All requirements achieved. Please confirm the territory name after dawn. After naming is complete, the temporary settlement will advance into a formal village. In other words, they still had to hold until daybreak. Lin Yao had just prepared to order the defensive line recovered when, from the distant darkness, a low horn sounded. It was not a sound from the village. It was not a system sound. It was an ancient horn from the depths of the Blackstone Wasteland. Gao Mu suddenly lifted his head. His expression was uglier than when he had seen the wasteland corpse corporal. Lin Yao asked, "What is that?" Gao Mu stared fixedly into the depths of the wasteland. A mustering horn. What does that mean? The hand Gao Mu used to hold his blade trembled faintly. Something in the ancient battlefield has begun to assemble. The system prompt appeared immediately after. Regional main storyline, the undead of the Blackstone Wasteland. Progress increased. Warning, you have repaired a core fragment of the ancient battlefield. The dead souls in the depths of the Blackstone Wasteland have noticed your territory. Lin Yao looked at that line of text, and there was not much joy in his heart from completing the mission. The stone tablet had been repaired. The village was about to be formally established. But the true danger of the Blackstone Wasteland had also begun to look at him from this moment on.